Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rum and Cinema. Today we're going to be talking about Barbie, out now in theaters, made over $1 billion already. That's great. You can find us at youtube.com/@rumandcinema. Subscribe to keep up to date with our newest episodes. Also, you can follow us on any of your favorite platforms for podcasts and on TikTok at Rum and Cinema. Today I'm joined by my guests Nate and Jake. Jake, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm very fresh off of the Barbie movie. I saw it like 5 hours ago.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. I thought it was surprisingly deep.
Yeah, I had a lot to say in a very interesting way, which is hard to do. Thanks, Jake. Nate, what do you got?
I'm good. I'm interested. I was gonna say I'm interested to see what you guys think, because this is the first time we haven't talked about it for a little bit beforehand, and also
True.
Not probably disagreed or really agreed. And I have a feeling there's gonna be similar sentiments, but some differences of opinion.
What Nate's saying is that he rooted for the Kens throughout this movie, and the rest of us are rational.
Well, Nate texted me 2 days ago, ranting drunkenly about woke bullshit. So we'll unpack what he thought about that.
Yeah, one text at a time.
This is actually not gonna go well, because I definitely left and I was like, okay, but didn't they just do the same thing to the Kens?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not on Ken's side, but
Margot at the end
we
is
missed
like,
a lesson.
at the end she was like, okay, we're going to do different this time, you know. But yeah,
Well,
they did.
We'll unoppress them a little faster.
But
still
once,
they need to get in line.
once you're the oppressor, it's pretty hard to give it up, to be honest, you know. It's not an easy thing to let go
Not
of.
wrong.
As we've seen. So Barbie is written and directed by Greta Gerwig. Also wrote Little Women, Lady Bird, and is currently in production for Snow White. That's cool. It follows Margot Robbie as Barbie, great casting, as she gets and sets out to meet the girl who is playing with her doll in the real world. This gets complicated, however, when Barbie finds out that the real world isn't quite the same as Barbie Land.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Ryan Gosling, Issa Rae, Kate McKinnon, and many others join the stellar cast in bringing to life the doll that started it all, Barbie. So, gentlemen, what did you think of the movie Barbie? How do you feel about it? What's your overall review?
So overall, I really liked it. I thought they did a great job of building the Barbie world. Casting was superb.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was good, but Barbie, Ryan Gosling as Ken,
Huge.
was just hilarious.
So good.
He was the biggest source, I think, of comedy in the movie,
I would agree. Yeah. He was really good.
and only matched by Kate McKinnon.
Yes. As Weird Barbie.
Yes, as
Yes.
Weird Barbie, and she killed it too. I think those three are the trifecta of perfect castings.
Yeah.
America Ferrara,
Sure.
she did good. I feel like she's kind of the same in everything I see her in.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You know.
Yep.
But I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, she's good at what she does, and she knows it, and she's crushing it with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what about John Cena as Mermaid Ken?
Huge. It was beautiful.
Just saying.
And Dua Lipa, get me in the middle of that. They're all on my 5. Yeah.
I would say that while Will Ferrell did a good job, I think that the role that he played kind of didn't matter who was in it.
Yep. I think there were other funnier lines from other people around him.
It's unsettling to see Will Ferrell be in this kind of role and not kind of be a highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a lot of positive things to say about this movie, but I hated basically everything with the Mattel Corporation.
I think that was the idea, though.
You're supposed to hate Mattel. You're not supposed to hate them dunking on Mattel. It
I
just
see what you're saying.
wasn't. I didn't enjoy. I didn't
You,
enjoy that.
you
part.
just felt like the self-deprecating hits didn't land.
It was a little too heavy.
Yeah.
There was 2
They
that I
were-
laughed at. One.
There was at least one absolutely hilarious line. Like Taylor might have been crying when
Is it the woman one?
the guy in the boardroom says, "I don't have any power. Does that make me a woman?"
That was so good. Oh
was
my god,
really funny.
That was the funniest line I've heard in a movie. Like the best laugh I've had at a movie in probably 10 years. That line right there was so good.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I think that beat my headline review. If someone asked me about this movie, it was like, all of the art of it and the casting, the cinematography is all incredible and like fun to see. The biggest thing I enjoyed were like the random punctuated moments of really funny humor, both like silly and some really funny, digging at like the society stuff. There's some really funny lines.
Yeah. A lot of good direction on that, yeah.
Yeah. It felt to me more like a collection of ideas than like a coherent story, which maybe I'm asking too much of the Barbie movie to also like hold a plot thread together. But like by the end, I was like, what are we doing exactly? I felt like we were just like hitting things we wanted to hit, but like it just was kind of loosely a story.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. At the beach, the big Ken fight.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, they thought of that before they had any, and they're like, oh, we need some way to make this happen.
Yeah. And you can tell that because it immediately evaporates after that song, and they're back on the same side. Yeah, it was just like we're having fun, and like I'm not gonna say it's not a good movie because of it. It's just like the one thing that stuck out to me is like as it went on, I was like, I feel like I'm like losing a thread. Like there's no thread here to like pull onto. And the Mattel stuff was the worst of it. Like right after that Ken fight, they come in, they're in the Barbie world like they just appear on the beach, I think. And I was just like, oh, these fucking guys again? Like, why are we doing this?
I agree. I think I was disappointed when they showed up again. I was like, oh yeah, they're here now, but why?
Yeah.
I don't think there was any reason for them to.
I don't know if there would be a way to make a like just coherent, I don't know, character arc, story arc. I mean, obviously Barbie had a story arc, but
Ken did a little bit.
Kind of a weird ending to me, honestly. Yeah. But like, there was just so many good moments in this movie that it's like worth watching.
I think the 3 or 4 minutes that are very Greta Gerwig in this movie are incredible. It's the speech about being a woman. It's like so well put and like kind of eye opening for me as a dude. Like to hear all the things that listed out that women have to do and like have to feel. It was like kind of overwhelming to hear that much, and I that was the point. Like, because you're supposed to be brought into that idea of what it's like to be a woman in the world. And then there were some really nice scenes of a woman going through her whole life in a very like artsy way, and those two moments really stuck out to me as like the heart of this movie. And that's why like if it doesn't have a great storyline and some of the jokes hit, some of them don't, I'm okay with it because the like thought behind the movie is so good and so well constructed and presented that it makes the movie like kind of whole for me, and I enjoyed it a lot. And some of the funniest laughs I've had in years, like I said. Yeah, it was really good. I would recommend seeing this movie. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it, and yeah, it was a nice time.
Yeah, definitely go watch it.
Yeah. Or don't, because fuck the studios also. But
or pirate it.
Yeah, do whatever means you feel comfortable with.
It's made money.
Yeah, we were talking about that before this podcast. Like, how do we move forward? Do we move forward? What do we do? It's like, we're there's 15 people listening to this podcast. Let's be realistic. So we're not hitting a lot of heads here, but obviously we support the strike. We support what writers and actors bring to the industry, and they deserve their fair treatment, as all workers do. I mean, you've heard us talk about American Factory and other movies along those lines, especially this year with Triangle of Sadness and The Menu. And yeah, I think our views are pretty obvious, but just to state it again, the way that writers have been treated in the streaming world, and it's people taking advantage of a situation we didn't know was going to exist, and that's what capitalism is, and they did it really well, but that's not winning, that's not the point. So Yeah. Obviously,
Strong-
big sports
strong
writers
unions
and
of the-
actors.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say about strong
That was-
unions?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, that's what capitalism does, and strong unions are literally the only thing that's ever been effective fighting against it.
100%. Yeah. Why do you have 5-day work weeks? Unions. Why do you have paid holidays? Unions. Why do you have PTO? Unions. Like, just go back in time and learn a little bit about what you're doing and where you came from. All right. So, with that being said, let's talk about Barbie. So we open with stereotypical Barbie and a wide range of fellow Barbies all reside in Barbie Land, a matriarchal society where women are self-confident, self-sufficient, and successful. While their Ken counterparts spend days engaging in recreational activities at the beach, the Barbies hold all the important jobs, such as doctors, lawyers, and politicians. Beach Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, or Ken, is only happy when he is with Barbie and seeks a closer relationship, but Barbie rebuffs him in favor of independence and female friendships. So this is our intro to the Barbie world for those Barbie girls. It's fantastic. And it's plastic.
I hate you.
You can do their hair
You're better than this.
and bring them everywhere. All right, go ahead. I ran out of lyrics.
If you were hoping for a lyric pickup, it's not coming.
What do you think about the movie so far? Is there anything we need to talk about? I just stopped because there was a paragraph ending.
I think I think we touched on it in our initial thoughts on the movie, but I think you really see kind of the movie's strong point right at the start, just in the setting, the world building here. Like this Barbie land is just as you see Barbie and her Barbie counterparts go through their morning and daily routine. Like it's great how they made essentially the toys and the dream houses and all this stuff come to life. And it's really cool how they throughout the film they sort of mixed what's real and what's not. They're Barbies and they move around and stuff. They do kind of have a little bit of stiffness,
Yeah.
It's not like they're walking obviously real stiff, but they're not walking completely normal either.
And their hands will be like this a lot, like fingers
Yeah.
together. It was really cool, a lot of subtle stuff they did. Yeah.
Yeah, and the less subtle stuff, like her having her day, was I felt like it kept upping the ante a little bit, where it kept being funny, even though there were 6 jokes of her in the dream house doing things. I think it was funny every time because it was a little more ridiculous, and also great setup for the next day.
Yeah.
That was truly incredible.
Yeah, that was really well done.
A little bit of Tarantino influence.
Oof. Them toes. Give me them toes. Yeah. Margot Robbie said she's okay with it, so be creepy, I guess. No.
You have permission.
She said she's okay with people on the internet loving her feet. Beyond that, stop. I don't want to give carte
Feel
blanche
free not to express
for
yourself.
harassment. Yeah.
For this week's podcast,
The home address of all of your favorite feet. Send a size 10 to Margot Robbie in Santa Monica. No, I don't think she's a size 10. Maybe. Tarantino knows.
It's already bad. That's I don't like that comment either. I got an eye for these things.
One night during a dance party, Barbie is suddenly stricken with worries about mortality. The next day, she finds she can no longer complete her usual routine and discovers her feet have gone flat and she has cellulite. Weird Barbie, a wise, disfigured outcast, tells her that to cure her affliction, she must travel into the real world and find the child playing with her. On her way to the real world, Barbie discovers that Ken is stowed away in her convertible and reluctantly allows him to join her. So this is where the movie we get our whole plot point moving forward. Like we said, it's set up really nicely. It's this is what the Barbies are. This is what their day is. Her day goes completely different now. She's thinking about death. She can't stand on her tippy toes anymore. She makes some funny comments about wearing shoes and how if my feet were like this, I'd never wear high heels. That was really good. But yeah, Weird Barbie was.
Song.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to see if I could see who sang it, but yeah, that was great.
Yeah, they have really good songs in this movie. The Ken one was like top 100, I guess, already.
Yeah, the Ken whole song and dance number, we're jumping the gun a bit on that, but
That's
it
fine.
was might be the highlight of the movie for me. That
Yeah.
was just really enjoyable.
It's really well done. Simu Liu is the other Ken. I have a little Ken party. Ken problem? I don't know. Ken off? They're
The,
gonna beach off.
Yes, I was gonna say that the whole bit about beaching each other off.
I'm gonna beat you off so hard.
That went a little. I feel like there were about 3 too many beach offs.
Yeah, they hit,
That I agree with that, but don't cut out the ending ones. Cut out some of the little ones because
Yeah.
I feel like it built up because at first they were clearly the way they were phrasing it. They were clearly saying beach,
yes.
but then it built up, and at the end when they said like I'll beat you off, then it's like, oh, I don't know. I feel like that was a really good just progression with the wordplay, so it sounded more and more like it.
I agree.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I pulled up the IMDb page looking for music, and first time I thought to look at the IMDb page where all 20 of the top characters are Barbie and Ken.
Ken, Barbie.
Oh my
Barbie,
God.
Ken, Barbie, Barbie. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the credits and they were all that. It was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
They did a
Oh
good
my
job.
God! It has the girl from Umbrella Academy. I didn't recognize her.
Oh, it was one of the Barbies.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't
Which
recognize
Barbie
her either.
was she?
No idea.
She was probably one of the ones that they like got in the van and turned them, and then used them to turn more people. Probably the French maid or the.
I think she's like half Indian or something, or Indian.
What's her name? Is it Alexander
Ritu.
Shipp?
It's
Ritu.
Ritu Arya.
Oh yeah, I don't know. She don't look familiar. She sang at one point, I'm sure though. So, arriving at Venice Beach after traveling all these miles, the two get up, Ken and Barbie, to multiple antics, alarming the Mattel CEO, played by Will Ferrell, who orders their capture. Barbie tracks down her owner, a tween girl Sasha, who criticizes her for encouraging unrealistic beauty standards. Distraught, Barbie discovers that Gloria, a Mattel employee and Sasha's mother, is the catalyst of her existential crisis. Gloria has begun to play with Sasha's old Barbie toys while experiencing her own identity crisis, inadvertently transferring her concerns to Barbie. Mattel attempts to put Barbie in a toy box for remanufacturing, but she escapes with Gloria and Sasha's help. And the three travel to Barbie Land with a Mattel CEO and high-ranking executives in pursuit.
So, hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Back a little bit, back a little
Okay,
bit.
so the whole thing when Barbie and Ken first arrive, so they show up on Venice Beach. They've never been to the real world. They don't know anything about the real world.
They have a map. They know things about the real world.
They have a map.
They just
but-
don't know current affairs, apparently.
Well, and because this is where there are complaints that it's, like maybe a little heavy-handed with the, that men suck. Because like they go to because in Barbie's world the construction workers are all Barbies,
Yep.
and so they go up to some construction workers and Barbie gets like catcalled, and then like some guy just comes up and slaps her on the ass. Some things happen there. They're quickly disillusioned to the real world, and even Ken is kind of having some. He's not getting disillusioned quite as much as Barbie. He's kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
That was one of them that got me laughing was when they were talking about how people are like staring at them, and Ken goes he said something about that it's strange because they're staring at me and it's clear that they think that they recognize I'm different, but there's almost no violent undertones at all. And Barbie's like, there's definitely violent undertones to what I'm feeling. That one was good.
That was sick.
That's fine. I haven't heard I mean, I was not seeking it out, but I have not heard any like honestly criticism of this movie. But if you're upset because some guys on Venice Beach sexually harassing a woman is unrealistic, then okay.
Yeah.
You've never been to Venice Beach. Or anywhere with a woman.
Yeah.
That was.
And a construction worker.
Yeah.
I watched a Barbie review, and it was from a woman, and she was a big critic of this film, saying that it's far too woke and
She's that kind
paints
of woman.
men. It paints men as evil and
women can be awful
incompetent.
too.
Yes.
It's part of being woke. Is recognizing that.
Interestingly, no. One thing that she said is that she said that this movie tries to be all pro-feminist, and yet they casted a trans woman as one of the Barbies, and that was interesting to me because I didn't know that one of the Barbies was trans.
I didn't either.
It was the pale one with the long red hair.
Okay.
There are a lot
Barbie.
of Barbies to picture, but yeah. Oh yeah, Barbie. Sure.
Yep, Barbie.
Okay. So specifically, she was a TERF.
Yeah.
Or not even really, because
Yeah.
she's maybe not feminist. I don't know. I didn't see
Yeah.
She's like
the review.
Like
but-
if Ayn Rand could be a TERF. That's what she was like. Is Ayn Rand a woman? I think so, right?
Yes,
Okay, good. That was a good joke then.
Well, I don't want to
It
make
was-
assumptions.
it worked.
It's true. I didn't hear it from them.
Yeah, no, that's annoying to hear, but very unsurprising. It's you can find it if you look for it, but yeah, the only like I think this was this part the block we just went over where she's in the real world when she meets the daughter is the only thing that like I have to criticize I think about the message is that it just felt like it was kind of like not committing and a little all over the place. Because like obviously the point is like Barbie comes in with like Mattel's version of what Barbie is, that they're empowering women because they put out all these Barbies and stuff, and the daughter hits her with the Barbie promotes unrealistic body standards for women, and it like hurts Barbie's feelings, and we never talk about it again. Like it's just like, oh, I didn't know Barbie didn't know people felt like that. Well, we all know people felt like that. Like everyone knows that Barbie, like people feel like Barbie promotes unrealistic body standards. And it's not like she was like, oh no, she was just like, that's not what I meant to do. It's like, cool. But then like, we're done with that. And I'm just like, I don't know.
And throughout the movie, there's a lot of like clear pointed jab, because obviously Mattel had to sign off on this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they had final say on the script, but there's a lot of jabs at Mattel. Mm-hmm. So they weren't afraid to like make fun of themselves a bit, but I think they did it in such a way that a couple jokes about us and then puts us in a good light.
And then it's back to society and we're doing our best. Or we're better now at least.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it felt like to me. Yeah. I was honestly surprised and a little impressed as much as I didn't like the Mattel corporate. Again, like I was impressed how many jokes they let go in. Just the fact that they had an all male board and all that stuff was funny. But yeah, it felt like it was
especially
funny. And
when
then
they
they're
were
like, now look away.
Yeah. A big source of that was when they talk about the discontinued Barbies. And because some of them were like the one with the TV in her back, some of them were discontinued because they were just like kind of weird, but some of them were discontinued for like reasons that you're like, it's not like they had the pregnant one
with the baby you could like pull out.
And who is the one before?
The guy with the one earring that was like cool, and Alan.
Oh yeah, they had
and then the money guy,
the sugar daddy,
the sugar daddy.
Yep.
And then and they made a point. They were like, and remember, this was actually a real thing. That was.
Yeah, that was good.
I will say, and this is how the movie wins you over. I don't care. I don't know if it's weird and uncool for them to discontinue Pregnant Barbie or not. I guess I didn't think about that one. It blew by me too fast. But even if it's problematic, I don't care because it was so funny in the movie.
So
how
good.
they dealt with it.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing Will Ferrell did was when he
Ooh,
came
go back.
in. When he came into Barbie Land, he was just like, "Oh,
Yeah. He was like, oh, Mitch, I thought we discontinued you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ken learns about the patriarchal system and feels respected and accepted for the first time. Returning to Barbie Land, he persuades the other Kens to take over, and the Barbies are indoctrinated into submissive roles such as maids, housewives, and agreeable girlfriends. Barbie arrives and tries to convince Ken and the Barbies to return to the way things were, only to be rebuffed. She becomes depressed, but Gloria gives an inspirational speech about society's conflicting expectations of women, restoring Barbie's self-confidence. This is that really, heartwarming and scary,
Yeah.
awesome speech.
A killer speech. Just a killer speech. Only good things to say about that. Super, and again, this goes back to Nate's point of okay, this obviously isn't the most well-written, most consistent plot movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that was probably the biggest gap of really we're just no reason at all. Just the Kens come back and they're like, we should be in charge and you should be subservient women, and all the Barbies are like, okay, this is way better. Just immediately with no resistance.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a strange, sharp turn to take that clearly they just did because they needed to advance the plot in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a conflict. Yeah, and that's where it's weird. Particularly that. The whole point is in the Barbie world. They are self-actualized. Unless it's just surface level, I guess. But no, in the beginning when they're showing them do their jobs, they're actually doing them. The author is eloquent and stuff. So that part was
that's the other
frustrating
thing
when
is
it came back and they were they just did a hard turn. It felt weird to me. It felt icky.
And every Barbie in the movie, including stereotypical Barbie, which, for the record, I don't think they mentioned until maybe halfway through the film that specifically Margot Robbie was stereotypical Barbie, and that was hilarious.
I think they might have real quick at the beginning and moved on really fast.
Okay.
But in the middle you're like, okay, that's good.
But even then, she and all the other Barbies are shown to be quite intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're very eloquent in the way they talk. They're happy-go-lucky and everything, and they live to party and dance, but they're also shown to be intelligent. So that's why it's, I don't know.
It's very much
just a little strange that all of a sudden the Ken show up and in 30 seconds after learning about patriarchy, they're in charge.
They're very Legally Blonde, the main character in there, where they're just peppy-go-lucky, party, and then Harvard Law. Update on Midge, the pregnant Barbie, was in storyline married to Alan.
Aw.
But despite that, the critics argue that the doll promoted teen pregnancy and was removed from shelves shortly after.
Oh, so the people who got it discontinued, we probably don't like.
Oh,
If I had
for
to
sure.
guess.
For sure.
I'd have
They
to
make
guess.
sure that baby's got to come out of there, That baby's making it. After that, it's on you.
Barbie.
After that, it's on you. But fuck me if that Barbie's giving birth. All right? I don't care if Brother Ken put it in there. Brother, it's coming out. What? Fuck them. Meanwhile, I just read that one. My bad.
Brother Ken Barbie.
With the assistance of Sasha, Weird Barbie, Alan, and other discontinued dolls, Gloria uses her message on all the Barbies to snap them out of their subservient behaviors. The restored Barbies then manipulate the Kens to fight among themselves and be distracted from altering the Constitution to enshrine male superiority, while the Barbies regain their positions of power. In the process, they also realize the error of their previous societal system, Nate, and decide to make some changes in Barbie Land, including the better treatment of the Kens and all outcast dolls. See? They thought of it.
But only kind of. They
40
specifically
acres,
joked.
40 acres and a mule, motherfucker. That's all you're going to get. All right? You're on your own. We don't care about you.
God. Yeah,
But
they're,
yeah, I see
they're
what-
like,
yeah.
oh, this is society is awful for women. And like I was waiting for them to realize that they had been treated. I thought that's where the movie was going. I guess is my point. Like I would have assumed that the movie was going towards them like realizing this is bullshit, and then realizing that's exactly how they're treating the Kens in their
Well,
Right.
And then
they kind of they did, because Margot does apologize to Ken and say, hey, I because at a scene where you would expect Ken to apologize to her, she apologizes to him, saying, sorry, I've been taking you for granted, I've been neglecting you.
Stay over at my Barbie house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I almost feel like it was intentional. Like, yeah, they made progress a little bit, but it's still very clearly women in charge. Men are just a step up the ladder, by no means near the top. And then immediately after that, they very directly say that they say that the Kens in Barbie world will be as powerful as the women in the real world.
Yeah.
yeah, which is it's hilarious.
Yes.
It's just a very confusing message.
Sure. I
Yes.
think,
Like,
maybe it's a hidden message. Maybe it's a dog whistle for all these people that are complaining to it that, you know what? It is hard to give up power, white men. It is tough. We hear you. We get it.
Very. We would do it if we could.
Yeah.
It's like, again, it was like I was laughing when I left, and I was just like, it is strange. I'm like, it's a weird message to leave on. Like, these are our heroes. Even Barbie society is still a villain.
A little fucked up. Yeah. Yeah. Barbie and Ken apologize to each other and acknowledge their failings. Ken bemoans that he has no identity or purpose without Barbie, so Barbie encourages him to find an autonomous identity. It's spelled wrong. Barbie, who remains unsure of her own purpose and identity, meets with the spirit of Mattel co-founder Ruth Handler, who explains that Barbie's story has no set ending, and her ever-evolving history surpasses that of her roots. There was really funny lines in here about Ruth being like a bitch to some people, allegedly. That was funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Was Ruth the same character as the woman that was in the... Okay. Yeah, that was
The
very
ghost?
confusing to me on the first instance.
Mhm.
Like, if you're just supposed to recognize her.
Nah. I think they call it a callback, Nate. Foreshadowing would be the forward version of it.
Foreshadowing, it can't be a callback. It's in the first
Well,
scene.
hang on.
It's like, who is this person?
What's a foreshadow but a callback that hasn't happened yet? So we were
Audio visual issues now, Ben.
we were letting Nate dig himself out of a hole that didn't make sense for Nate to be in the first place. But
The audacity to come in swinging.
Oh, I was so excited. This is like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
We almost.
It's-
Well, I guess
it's-
with the game and everything, but
Yeah.
It's definitely worse to have it happen in the middle too than right at the beginning.
It sucks so bad because I have to retime everything in the edit. Everything's coming back. It's 4 files now instead of 2. Such a pain in the ass on my side. You guys are great. Keep doing your thing. I don't know if I'll ever figure out what's going on, but we'll see. Okay. So after the Barbies, Ken and Mattel executives bid Barbie goodbye, she decides to become human and return to the real world. Sometime later, Gloria, her husband, and Sasha...
wait, we missed the Ken fight and dance number.
No, that was
How
earlier.
dare you? Yeah,
Go
you
talk
just didn't
about it.
mention it.
Yeah, talk about it.
It was all right. So while this is happening, and like the Barbie's plot, okay, we'll distract the Kens and reclaim our world, and they pit the Kens against each other. Great fight on the beach, like a toy fight, like they're fighting with, beach balls and the American Gladiator.
Yeah, the Rock'em Sock'ems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a dance number, which is just amazing. Is that really Ryan Gosling singing in this film?
I think it is.
Because he sang a couple times and he killed it.
Yeah, he did really
Wasn't
good.
he the one in La La Land?
Yes,
Was he? I never saw that.
Okay. Whoever
in La La
did that, I know they sang.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Emma Stone also sang, and you could tell. Unfortunately.
Not good. I don't like
Really?
that movie. I wasn't a big fan
Yeah.
of that movie. I think it's overrated.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I feel like I won't watch it then, and that way I don't lose. That way Emma Stone doesn't lose standing in my heart.
I think Moonlight was much better than La La Land. I really like that movie.
Just putting it out there for the record.
Well, it was the one that, remember they announced the wrong name
I know,
for Best Picture?
I know.
All right.
I just thought to make a joke. I'm on
Yeah, that was good. After the Barbies, Ken and Mattel executives bid Barbie goodbye. She decides to become human and return to the real world. Sometime later, Gloria, her husband, and Sasha take Barbie, now going by the name Barbara Handler. Get it? Like Ruth Handler. To her first gynecological appointment. Nice. That was funny. That was a good laugh at the end.
It was a good laugh, but also I think it was to establish that she is now actually a human.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, she has genitalia. Yeah. Some good quotes. Go ahead, Jake, sorry.
One interesting choice, a good choice, I think, for the movie and for the message of the movie, but still a very surprising one, is not only do Barbie and Ken not end up together, they're pretty direct about it, with Barbie saying, "I don't love Ken. You need to go find your own,"
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of a bold choice.
I liked it.
Because one, in any movie, kind of the default good or safe choice is, to have the happy romantic ending. And then not only that, not only are they opting out of that, but this is Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
And so I essentially, to me, they're taking a stance and saying, it's also Mattel taking a stance and saying, okay, it's Barbie and Ken, or Barbie and Ken, just like they were illustrating in the movie. It doesn't have to be Barbie and Ken as a unit. It's Barbie and Ken.
So you think they're trying to tap into the dude market of Ken dolls? Now we're buying Kens. If that's the goal.
I would be more surprised if Mattel did not make a Ken that has like the outfit of when Ken takes over the patriarchy, and they won't call him patriarchy Ken, but like
Cowboy.
he will obviously be patriarchy Ken. I will be actually shocked.
There has been exactly one time in my life when I have thought, I want a mink fur parka, and it was after watching this movie.
True. Good quote from the movie from Ken, played by Ryan Gosling. To be honest, when I found out the patriarchy wasn't just about horses, I lost interest. I like that one a lot. Barbie in tears. I'm not pretty anymore. And then the narrator comes over. Note to filmmakers.
That was hilarious.
Margot Robbie is not the actress to get this point across. That was really good. I'm a man with no power. Does that make me a woman? Amazing line. So funny. And then there was a Barbie who got snapped out of the patriarchy thing, and she goes, "It's like I've been in a dream where I was really invested in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League." That was so good.
I know. Me and Nate both thought of you the second we heard that.
It was so funny. I laughed my ass off at that.
I could see. I mean, I can't imagine who both is seeing this in theaters and would get triggered by all of the funny things they did during the distracting the patriarchy, but there were a lot of really good, hilarious digs in there.
Yes, I think it's the same group that went to that act, like that super right wing movie about the kids getting kidnapped, and it turns out like one of the creators allegedly like not fucked around with, but like abused kids in some way or neglected them or something. Yes. Kidnapping. Yeah. I think it's the same people that like went on TikTok and complained about the air conditioning. Like going out in those movies, like all of a sudden, like all that. Have you heard about that?
No.
Oh God, there's this whole part of TikTok that's like all about like taking the curtain back on like AMC for trying to keep this American proud movie out of theaters, and the people going who can't get tickets, and when you go, it's super hot. They turn the air conditioning off in there. They turn the heater on in the summer on us, and like they're talking about
what movie?
Some stupid.
There's a movie called American Proud.
No, it's some stupid movie like that everyone's
is
talking
it?
about.
Is it Sound of Freedom?
Yeah, that one.
There was.
I'm so excited to see whatever the poster for this is.
I don't know anything about it, but so I have a movie pass, which means I have to buy my movie tickets like a caveman. I have to go up and talk to a person and tell them I would like a ticket for this movie. But while I was standing in line, there was an old couple in front of me, and they got 2 tickets to Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, anyone else in that line is getting tickets to Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna make some joke about how I just don't know what guys are going into a theater to see Barbie, but then being triggered by these things. But I imagine they would be. But I realized probably who it is. When we were going to see Barbie, we saw a family, a mom, 2 daughters, and a dad. And the dad, he wasn't like visibly angry, but he looked less than happy, and all of them were wearing pink, but the dad was wearing like a green untucked polo shirt over his pink shirt. Like he had to put on a green shirt to walk into the movie theater and then presumably take it off when he got into the theater. I think that's the guys who are dragged there by their partners.
Oh my
And then they sit there and get dunked on when they're making fun of the patriarchy, and they can't believe it.
I can't believe they're making fun of The Godfather.
Yeah, that
was one. I'm trying so hard to think of any of the jokes. Like there were a lot of ones that were like, even though they were easy, they were funny.
There was Godfather. There was she couldn't figure out Photoshop.
Yep.
That one probably hit closest to home for me.
Something about money. Oh, investing money. She's like,
yeah, I'm gonna put it all in something.
yeah. She had all her money in a savings
How do I
account.
log into E-Trade again? Why won't it take my password? Yeah, Sound of Freedom Funder. Fabian Marta arrested for child kidnapping. Whoops. Crazy.
We have to watch this
Sound of Freedom.
this trailer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it. Yeah, I can't wait to not want to see that. So overall, would you recommend this movie? We talked about it at the beginning. Yeah, I think feel pretty good about telling people to go to it. Pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think anyone that I'd consider worth talking to would enjoy this movie.
Nice. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
If you
you
don't
definitely
enjoy
get
this
a lot of
movie,
good
look
stuff out of it.
inward.
Yeah, true. Look inward. Get that mirror up, dog. You found the problem.
It could be like a good self-diagnosis test. Like if you didn't like some part of this movie, like specifically get that line and be like, why does that bug me so much?
Yeah. Yeah. What would you drink with this movie? I put twisted tea. Nice summer drink. Yeah.
I couldn't decide between like a pink drink like a Cosmopolitan or like a Sex on the Beach.
Ooh. Cosmopolitan was my second choice too. I like that one. Nate?
I think Cosmo's probably a good choice.
Yeah.
I was going to go with an empty plastic milk jug.
That was funny because as soon as when she was having her bad day and she poured the milk, you knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect was her to turn it around and it literally just said expired on the box.
It's so good. It was so good.
Death!
Amazing. That was Barbie. We hope you enjoyed it. We did. And we have a game to play. Our game is called iMDB Known for No Off. The way this game works is I'm going to give each of our contestants a number between 1 and 4 that they get to bet on. Number of movies from the actor or actress's known for section under iMDb, which we have found to be odd, to say the least.
I was going to say, yeah, as long as we got to give this context that IMDb's decision-making process for selecting the known for movies
Strange.
is Byzantine at best.
Byzantine. Holy shit. How this is going to work is one of you will give the first bid anywhere from 4 down to 1 for how many movies you need to get the actor or actress correct. If you get it right, you get 2 points. If you did not win the bet, you get a chance with 1 extra movie for 1 point.
We're really working out these bidding rules.
I'm getting it figured out.
Real time.
I'll say this. I heard that and I processed it and I'm like, no complaints. So let's move on.
Let's go. All right. quickly now. I should probably go to the first one first. Otherwise, I won't get it correct.
That's generally a good place to start in my experience.
Okay. Who won the last game? Jake did, right? No. Yeah. Jake did? Probably Jake. Nate, you get to go first. 4 is the opening bid. If you want to take it, you can go all the way down to 1. How many movies do you need from this actor or actress from their known for section to get their name correct?
Oh, I don't get to know the actor or actress?
No, you have to. Did you not listen to any of the first part? I'm going to give you the known for movies, and you're going to give me the actor or actress that matches those movies.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
I actually did not parse your rules. I thought
you thought I was
had an
giving you the
actor,
actress, and
we
then
were
you
giving
give me the
known for
4.
movies.
No, I'm going to give you the known
Okay.
4.
Oh, that would be impossible.
We've done it
All
before.
right, I'm back to giving shit. It's weird to bid when I don't have any idea what I'm looking at.
What do you mean? How many movies do you need?
I thought you were going to tell me the actor, and I was going to bid how many of the known fors I could get. So
No.
it makes sense for me to be more or less confident
Nope.
in my bid.
You're just gonna give me how many you
I'm
need
just guessing.
randomly. Yeah, it's
All
like
right.
those. It's like all those TV shows that show up during the summer that are games. They're like, how many seconds of a song do you need to figure out who it's by? You don't get to
Yeah.
know. Just tell me.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say that I'm always going to start the bidding at 3.
3. All right, Jake. Do you want to do 2 or let Nate try for 3?
I'll let him try for 3.
Try for 3. All right, Nate. Here you go. We have Point Break, Speed.
Keanu Reeves.
Correct. 2 points for Nate. Nice job.
I really wanted to say it at 1, but I thought you'd be a dick maybe.
Oh, I would have. Yeah, don't you worry.
I didn't know either of those.
That's good.
Was the Matrix? I assume the Matrix was next,
Sure was.
or was that the last
Yeah,
one?
and the 4th was Matrix Reloaded. All right, Jake. How many would you like to bid on this one?
Wait, where's fucking? We went with Point Break and Speed
Yep.
over John Wick.
Any of the John Wicks.
And
Oh,
Matrix
yeah.
Reloaded.
Yep.
God damn it, IMDb.
Yep.
God damn it.
All right, Jake. How many do you think you can get it in?
3.
Nate?
I think I can do 2, but I'll let Jake take this one.
All right, Jake, here you go. Your movies are I, Tonya, The Wolf of Wall Street, Suicide Squad.
These games are wasted on you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the main guy from Wolf of Wall Street. Who's the only one? Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the only guess that I'd have. I
Nope.
haven't seen the others.
It is
Okay.
Margot Robbie, who was in I,
no, I
Tonya.
knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Clear, I knew that. Ben
No, I
knew
know
I
you
knew
did.
it.
I know you did. So you get 1 point for that. Because Nate made a joke. He whispered the word patriarchy as he said, I'm trying to remember the main guy in Wolf of Wall Street. Famously, Margot Robbie, full nudity in Wolf of Wall Street. And I, Tonya, not so much.
Never seen I, Tonya. I don't
not
know
bad.
that I've heard of it.
It's not bad. It's about
Haven't
Tonya
seen
Harding.
Suicide Squad?
No, I was wrong when I said I hadn't seen Suicide Squad.
Her 4th movie is Birds of Prey, which might have helped a little bit more. Maybe not. You never know.
Playing the same character.
3 again.
3 again,
It's-
Nate.
Yeah, because I know if I said 2, then this is the one where Ben would get me. So I'm going to say 3.
Well, no, Jake said 3. So do you want
Jake
him to
gets
get
go
it?
again.
Or,
All right. All right.
Don't try
At
that.
this point, I will be guessing first for the rest of the game.
Let's see. Oh, I'll try to fail. We'll do 2.
All right, Jake, do you want to go 1 or 2? Let him go 2.
Let him go, yeah.
All right, Nate, your 2 are 22 Jump Street and 21 Jump Street.
Oh, you prick.
Simply,
You got a 1 in 2 chance, you know?
Channing Tatum.
Nope, Jonah Hill. Sorry,
Damn
Jake,
it.
I didn't let you go.
no, because I didn't know Channing Tatum. I only knew Jonah Hill, so I was like, if Nick guesses Jonah Hill, I'm fucked because I
Jake,
don't know
you
who
get
the
it.
other guy is.
You get the point.
I believe you knew it.
Yep.
That was clearly just a 50. What was the third movie?
Wolf of Wall Street, and then Moneyball.
God damn it! Wait, what was the fourth one?
Moneyball.
No, Superbad.
I don't think it's.
I like picking on IMDb.
You know, I've never seen the Jump Streets.
They're pretty good actually. 21's really funny, and 22 is kind of funny.
Aren't they? They're a remake too.
Yeah, they were. I think a movie and a TV show. Definitely a movie. I don't know. Abby's gonna tell me about it.
There's a whole Jump Street universe you could go experience.
Yeah, it's the next one after Marvel. They couldn't figure anything else out. All right, Nate, how many would you like to bid? I just did that one.
3. And clearly, it's not going to work at 2.
3. Nate, Jake, sorry. Do you want to go for 2 or let Nate try for 3?
I'll pass.
3 it is. Here you go, Nate. Jerry Maguire. The Last Samurai.
And of course, I know this one. Everyone I know it too. It's Tom Cruise.
Top Gun. Yes, Tom Cruise. Correct. 2 for Nate. 5-1.
I'm putting in that I think Ben is rearranging them based on
I'm
whether
not.
I say 2 or not.
I'm not.
I think
I'm not.
I'm just kidding, man.
I'm not.
Calm down.
That'd be awesome, though. I'm going to next time.
You were just like, aha, Jump Street.
That's a good idea.
What were you gonna say, Jake?
Never mind. I was going to say the score is wrong, but it's not.
5-1? 7-1. 5-1? What's the score? 5-1.
I think it's 5.
I have one. That's all I know.
Yeah. Speaking of 1, how many do you want to bid for this one?
1, 2, 3.
3. Nate, are you going to go 2 or let Jake try for 3?
No, I think Jake can fail on his own.
Okay, 3 for Jake. Here we go. Ready? Wonder
Pressure's
Woman,
on.
1984. Red Notice and Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot, it shall be. 5-3 now. Nate's winning still. I got lost in that rhyme. Here we go. Nate, how many?
3.
Sorry, how many you want to bid? 3. Okay, Jake. 3 or let him go 2.
I'll pass again.
3 it is. Here you go, Nate.
Man,
You
I
ready?
thought you were gonna go for it for a sec.
Game of Thrones. Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Ooh.
And The Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal.
Correct. Pedro Pascal. Nate now has 7. Jake has 3.
I was worried for a sec. I don't remember him from Kingsman.
I don't either. I think that was one no one saw.
It was in the sequel.
Yeah, or the prequel, was it? No. Sequel. Yeah. Pedro Pascal, yeah. Next up, Jake. How many you gonna bid? 3.
No, it's 3.
Nate. Are you gonna bid?
Good
John?
number.
Jake can go for it.
Jake can go for it. Jake, here are your 3. Rachel Getting Married.
What the fuck?
The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, ho, ho.
Les Miserables.
You know, I can't. I never saw Les Miserables. I never heard of the first one. So if it's not, if it's not Christian Bale, I'm out.
Is your guess Christian Bale?
Yes.
Incorrect. Nate.
Don't worry, I don't know either.
I'm going to give you the 4th movie, though.
Yep.
I already closed out. Hang on. Love and Other Drugs.
Never seen it. The only one of those I haven't seen. But I cannot think of a character. I can't think of characters in Les Miserables except Hugh Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
I can't.
I knew he was
I can't
in
think
Les
of
Miserables, but
Yeah.
any of
I
the
also knew he
names.
wasn't in.
Dark Knight
I can't think
Rises.
of any of the names in The Dark Knight Rises. Wait,
Oh, there it is.
I can't remember him being in
Oh.
Les Miserables, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Heath Ledger.
Not in that movie.
Oh, damn it! Am I thinking I always get the Batmans mixed up.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises is after Dark Knight. It was Anne Hathaway who played Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises.
Hey.
And she was someone in Les Miserables. Finalt, I think.
Yeah,
it was.
I can't think of anyone in Les Miserables.
No, I would. It's not the 3rd movie I would think of if you told me her name. So
Absolutely not.
yeah.
I mean, I would still be bad because there's a lot. Like, no, that wasn't her.
Yeah, she was in Oceans, wasn't
Anne
she?
Hathaway.
Let me read the rest
Vendetta.
here. Nope, that's other girl.
What? Really?
That's Natalie Portman.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Ocean's 8, she's in. Interstellar. Alice in Wonderland. Devil Wears Prada. Get Smart.
Princess
Brokeback
Diaries
Mountain. Princess
should have
Diaries.
been up there.
It
Only
wasn't.
because it's old. It's one of her most prolific roles.
Jake agrees. All right, good. All right, this is the last one, which means it's worth 4 points, Jake, if you get it right, which would tie us. How many do you want to bid?
Wait, how many points is it worth if I get it right?
However many you get. You're already ahead. Can't be more ahead.
2.
Nate, you own 2?
Ooh,
Or 1
take
or no?
it. No, you
All right.
can have it.
To tie and get to the tiebreaker question, which is going to be the opposite of this. I give you an actor. You go back and forth naming movies and they're known for until one of you misses. So if you miss first, you're out. Right. 2 for Jake. Ready?
Yes.
Gladiator. Walk the Line.
It's good old Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I really wanted to not get that right to save myself from this tiebreaker.
Let me find a person.
Bitter.
I forgot he was in Gladiator, but he was Marcus Aurelius, wasn't he?
Yep.
I'm really impressed that you pulled out
That was really good.
Walking Phoenix, so I'm not
really
that
good.
mad.
So
What was the third movie?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Her.
Oh, okay.
And then The Master.
Okay. I don't know that one, but
It's good.
I would have gotten it, but I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that was a good job. Here we go.
I was committed. I was committed to guess Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay. And then you said Walk the Line, and I'm like, I never saw that, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think Russell Crowe is in Walk the Line.
I don't think so either. All right. Here's how we're deciding who's going first. Nate, is this odds or evens behind here?
Odd.
Evens. That's what he thought I was going to do, I bet.
That's what yeah.
Absolutely what I thought he was going to do. Forgot you're not Jake.
For the listening audience, he flipped me off. Jake flipped Nate off.
You can't prove that.
Go to
How
youtube.com/@rumcinema.
to delete someone else's video.
Just
Donald
look at
Trump
his
is
computer
Googling the
on
same
the
thing
crash.
today, which is crazy. Here's your actor that you have to go back and forth giving known for. Remember, there's 4 of those until one of you gets one wrong. If you both get it wrong, we'll go one of you gets it right. No, we're going to go. If you both get it wrong, we'll
I feel
go
like
again.
this is going to devolve to one of us just guessing until one of us gets one of them.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we'll see.
So, Jake, you won. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll kick the choice to Nate because I tied Nate with a pity.
That's fair. That's very fair of you. Nate,
I don't think it matters because I think we're both going to get them wrong. But I'll
would
go
you
first.
give me a Tom
I-
Hanks movie you
I
think
do
is in the
wanna
known
win.
for?
What?
Give me a movie you think is in Tom Hanks's known for.
Ooh.
Did anyone else think
I'm gonna
Nate
go
was just
safe.
surprised when I asked that question? Like he didn't know what was going to happen next?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know the actor you were going to say until just then. And I
Oh.
thought about it.
I said it earlier.
I did not hear that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Allegedly. Nate, who do you got for Tom Hanks?
It's Forrest Gump's got to be on there.
Forrest Gump is on there. Correct. Nate, Jake.
Castaway.
Castaway is on there. Nate.
Damn it! That's what I was worried about. I knew those two.
A lot of choices.
Tom Hanks.
Thom Tanks.
I know what I think the next answer should be, and I
Okay.
don't think it's going to be on there.
Talk it out. We'll see how it goes.
I can think of two more Tom Hanks movies right now, and they're both very questionable if they're on the list.
You've Got Mail.
Incorrect. Jake, do you have one?
Green Mile.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Now what?
Nate, go.
Toy Story.
Nope. Jake?
Bitch.
Terminal Man.
Nope. Nate?
Fuck.
Two left.
Lost in Translation?
Incorrect. Not in it.
What?
Yeah, Bill Murray's
Bill
in
Murray.
that. Yeah. I know.
I would say we are actually hitting the bottom of my barrel pretty quickly on Tom Hanks' knowledge.
Toy Story 2.
Nope. I'll give you a hint since you've had equal number of guesses. It's not a sequel. And neither of these movies had a sequel.
You just robbed me of my next guess.
Toy Story 3.
I'm going to go based purely on my theory that IMDb is stupid
Okay.
and say Cloud Atlas.
Incorrect.
Damn it! That would be hilarious.
That would have been horrible.
I'm out of Tom Hanks movies
I am
Okay.
too.
that,
so
Okay.
that I can
figure it
think
out.
of.
All right.
You just go to who can list the most Tom Hanks movies.
You're already out. You both tied. It's a movie that came out in 1998. Does that help?
No.
Okay. The other one came out in
Yeah, I kinda
1988. Does that
assumed.
help? Okay, I'll
Oh,
go.
wait. I might be wrong that he's in this. Also, it's Jake's turn.
I think he
I
passed.
pass.
Oh, you passed.
Yep.
Saving Private Ryan.
Correct. Saving Private Ryan was one of them. The other one was Big. Big.
I almost said Big, and I was like, that's a stupid answer.
Uh-huh.
What a not memorable movie.
I think it was. I've never seen it.
Big, but not You've Got Mail.
Or Toy Story.
Or Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'm more upset about, actually.
Yeah.
Toy Story has to be anti-animation bias.
True. Or everyone knows it, so they never look it up on IMDb.
Is that how they do it?
I'm sure that's
so
part of it.
stupid.
I'm sure it's part
So
of it.
stupid.
We're going to end like we always do with some
IMDb,
recommendations.
you're trash. There's another podcast I listen to where the game they play every single time is at the beginning is try to like say the IMDb plot summary for this movie.
Ooh.
And they're
that's a good one.
hilariously bad.
Yeah.
Like so ridiculous.
I like that.
Like they surprise you in quirky ways of how bad they are.
We'll do like a Mad Libs where I'll take out the nouns and the verbs and you can put them in. Jake, do you have anything to recommend for the listeners and watchers to watch?
I do. I'm very excited about my recommendation. It is The Silo.
Oh yeah.
I binged it. And then I bought the books
Yeah.
because I binged it and I don't want to wait for more seasons. Silo is sick.
It's great. Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
Putting out good shit right now.
God damn it, Apple TV Plus.
So good. So good. Silo is a great choice. I also am waiting on the book at the library right now, but I immediately got in line.
No, here's how. So I finished the season, and literally that day, I haven't been to the library since I was a kid. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I have a library card anymore because it's been 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I went online to get a library card. And then I looked at the library, and there was like a 60-person wait list for the next book.
It says like several
And
months, and you're like, fuck.
So then I went to Barnes & Noble.
Classic.
And while I was at Barnes & Noble...
Went to the bathroom.
No, so I was at Barnes & Noble. I'm like, I want to get these books. I saw how much they were. I looked it up on Amazon, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get it, Amazon. So I didn't buy them there. I'm like, let me go to the half-price bookstore.
Ooh.
Didn't have them.
Nice.
So then I go home. I have an ancient Kindle. It's Gen 2. No backlighting.
Ooh.
Like it takes about a second and a quarter to turn the page.
God, you're basically
from
reading
when
a
I
real
click
book
it.
at that point.
Yeah. And
Gives you paper cuts.
but I charged it, and it's weird because it connects to the network still. It's Wi-Fi, and it found the Silo books, but it won't download them. They're permanently stuck pending.
Dang.
I tried every
It's just
fix I
only
could
got
think
1
of.
megabyte per hour download speed.
I tried everything I could think of, couldn't get it to work. So finally, I took a fucking cable,
Oh my
like
God.
like a caveman, connected my Kindle to my PC, and transferred the files.
Yikes.
God,
Pass.
And so now I'm reading the Silo books on my ancient Kindle.
Are they good?
I'm not far enough in them to be able to say whether they're good or not.
So they're not good yet, is what that tells me. Because if it
I
was
am
good
the
from the
cha-
beginning, I think you'd be like,
nothing
oh, it's
new,
good.
right?
No,
Like, you already
that's-
know all
I-
the plot points.
Oh, sure.
I did that, and I've been reading some nerdy shit, other nerdy shit, I guess. Not gonna claim that's not nerdy. I've only read a chapter of the first book.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, the first episode, not even the first episode, the first scene of the first
Yeah.
episode.
Okay, so it's actually too early. Okay. Good to know. Thanks. That's a good one. That's a good choice. Nate, what do you got?
Well, first of all, I'm going to recommend that, yes, Amazon is evil, but you can get a Kindle for like $80. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's
The
great.
price
That-
of a good dinner.
I also want to double check because they'll let because they do where you return your old Kindle and you get credit.
Trade it in.
And I don't think they care that my Kindle is worth about $1.50.
No.
I think they'll give me significant credit
Probably
on it.
25
and so
bucks.
I think I might actually just get a better Kindle because
Heck yeah.
it's actually insane.
One that's
how
not a
well
Kickstart Kindle.
balanced.
I don't have a lot of shows. Right now we've been watching After Party. That's basically since we took Ben's recommendation. I downloaded them because I still won't get Apple TV. But After Party's been incredible. First season was really fun, and we're like 3 episodes into the new season, and it's really funny and very enjoyable. They're like taking it further with the second season too, with the genre motifs.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
been a lot of fun.
I like them.
I was surprised though it was actually also a good mystery.
Right?
If you haven't
It's
watched
intriguing.
it yet, like Jake, if we get you on it, like I was just so caught up in the storytelling that I wasn't paying attention. And then at the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, we showed you everything you need to know to like actually solve a Sherlock Holmes-esque mystery." Also in this show,
Mm-hmm.
like, it wasn't super deep, but like they made it very clear that you saw the scenes that showed what was inconsistent among their stories that would have given it away.
Yeah.
So it was really good. I'm looking forward to the we're watching it, and I'm like looking forward to trying to figure it out.
Nice.
I also am reading a book that I had like started once and got bored and got re-recommended to me to power through it for like the first couple chapters, called The Three Body Problem. It's like a sci-fi classic by a Chinese author, and it's really interesting. Both the plot is like this big mystery, it's like hard sci-fi, very interesting, but also it's like written by a Chinese author from like a kind of a Chinese perspective on the West. Like this is written during it takes place like during the Cultural Revolution and then into like modern at the time, like 80s, 90s. And so they're like competing with the US, and like there are different characters who like don't like the West or, you know, don't care, stuff like that. There's a lot of interesting stuff that like I had never heard about before.
Wow.
That reads as very realistic, put against this backdrop of like there are literal aliens coming too.
Hell yeah.
So I was hooked on the first book, and the reason the friend who recommended it was like, not only does the first book pick up, but the second book is like incredible, and I'm about to start that.
Nice.
So if you like hard sci-fi, it's a bit dry, but like The Three Body Problem is really good.
Sweet. Good choice. I am going to go with a docu-series that's on HBO right now. It's called Smartless. It is a podcast with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett from Arrested Development, Will and Grace, and other things. And they do a quick tour, 8 stops, I think, 8 shows, where the bit is it's the three of them doing a podcast together, and one of them invites a guest that the other two don't know who it is until they come on stage or pop in the Zoom call. So and you get all the behind the scenes of the tour, and they're just three really funny people just hanging out, being pals for 8 hours on TV, and it's incredible. So the Smart List docuseries on HBO. We finished it really quick, and we were like, oh, we want more. Like, do it again. So yeah, check that out. Fun guests, funny people, just great conversation. It was good.
Ooh, I'll have a add-on for not a new thing recommendation. For we tried to watch this weekend some stupid fucking movie. I think it was called like Buddy Games, and it was so bad. We had to stop after like 20 minutes, and then we're like, because like it's what we were looking for was like a kind of, I guess, an adult comedy, like, you know, and we were so bummed out that we went and watched Game Night again.
Yes.
Which is the first time I've seen it in several years. That's like what we were looking for, and that's what the trailer billed it as. And then it's Buddy Game sucked.
Yes.
We watched Game Night again, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how incredible this movie is. Especially now that Jesse Plemons has become like more popular.
Yeah.
It's like the first thing I ever saw him in.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking funny.
It's the best.
Every single time he's on the screen.
I think we watched it like a month or two ago, and it still holds up so well, and like you forget some stuff, and oh my God, it's so funny.
Yeah, you forget like I don't know what, I was trying to figure out like what I would call this specific genre of comedy where like it's like a trip through a night and like things go wrong, you know? I don't know. There's got to be a name for that, but I don't know what it is.
Like Office Party.
I was gonna say Hangover comedy.
Yep, Office Party.
Yeah, exactly. It's I guess it's a hangover comedy, but like, I don't know what those.
The Bumbling Night comedy. Yeah. Really good job.
Super bad.
Yeah.
They're all. I mean, I guess all the ones I can think of are good. Like,
True.
Again, they're clearly not good ones.
Definitely. Well, thanks for joining us as always. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Enjoy your rum. Enjoy your cinema. We'll see you next time.